everybody, this is Pete Kluge. This video will cover the basics of display advertising and how display is bought and sold. It'll include an overview of key players and concepts like demand-side platforms, real-time bidding, ad exchanges, data management platforms, and ad servers. One of the most common ways that the display is bought and sold is that an advertiser will buy directly from a publisher. The publisher has their own sales team and they sell directly to the advertiser. This is typically for premium placements like a homepage type ad and is sold on a guaranteed basis. So an example of this might be an advertiser who wants to buy a homepage ad on Yahoo that's sold on a guaranteed basis, or maybe they want to buy a premium placement on MSN Money or Yahoo Sports as an example. Ad networks aggregate publisher ad inventory and package it up to sell. They may package it up by contextual channel or by audience like retargeting. And they also may sell it with different buying options like CPM, CPC, or CPA. The inventory is typically sold on a non-guaranteed basis. And this is often inventory that a publisher can't sell directly with their direct sales team. So it's leftover inventory, then it flows into the ad network, and the ad network then is an indirect channel that sells that inventory. Examples of ad networks are the Microsoft Media Network and advertising.com. The ad exchange is a marketplace for buying and selling of ad inventory. You can think about it a lot like, it's a lot like the New York Stock Exchange where stocks are bought and sold. But here you have publishers that are selling their ad inventory in an auction environment to advertisers. Advertisers then can buy that inventory in real time, so they can bid on audiences that they want to reach in real time. They can bid on them and buy those audiences through the ad exchange. Examples of ad exchanges are the DoubleClick ad exchange and the Facebook ad exchange. In order to buy inventory on the ad exchange, an advertiser needs a layer of technology called a demand-side platform. The demand-side platform has the real-time bidding capabilities to bid on that inventory within the exchange. It also has a lot of other features that benefit the advertiser, so things like frequency capping across all the inventory in that exchange, budget pacing, campaign, and creative management. Examples of demand-side platforms are Adobe Media Optimizer, Turn, DataZoo, and Google Bid Manager. On the supply side, a publisher needs a layer of technology to access the ad exchange and make their inventory available, and that's called a sell-side platform. The sell-side platform also helps a publisher to manage the yield of their inventory they're selling and routing it into the ad exchange. Third-party data providers compile data for display audience targeting. They may specialize in certain types of data. It may be consumer or business data, for example. Examples of these are Exalate, who provides consumer data for targeting of display ads, and Bizzo, which compiles business data for targeting of ads. Others like LiveRamp specialize in certain areas like onboarding offline audiences into an online environment for targeting of ads. A data management platform compiles audience data from various sources and makes it actionable for cross-channel marketing. So it can ingest third-party data, but also first-party data like website visitors, offline CRM data, and second-party partner data. So it can ingest first, second, third-party data and make it actionable for cross-channel marketing. Ad servers provide an advertiser with a central location where they can manage their campaigns. So they can manage their creative in one place, they have reporting in one place for all their display campaigns. So for all the different options we talked about, they can manage them all from that one ad server. They can serve the creative, and they also have this reporting with a holistic view across the different display campaigns that they have. Some examples of ad servers are Google, DoubleClick, and Atlas. Others focus on rich media and dynamic creative. So examples of some of those are Point Roll and Seismic. So here's another view of how display is bought and sold. An advertiser can buy directly from a publisher. This is typically sold on a guaranteed basis and sold by the publisher's sales team. And these are usually premium placements and audiences. An advertiser can buy from an ad network that aggregates ad inventory from publishers. This is typically sold on a non-guaranteed basis. And thirdly, an advertiser can buy from ad exchanges via demand-side platform, which has that real-time bidding capabilities and can buy inventory on behalf of the advertiser on the ad exchange. Increasingly, publisher and ad networks are using real-time bidding and ad exchanges as well. So a publisher can, for example, sell premium inventory now through a private exchange, or if they're selling an ad network, or publisher is selling ad inventory, they can augment that inventory to better fill demand by accessing it and buying it from an ad exchange. So here's a quick overview of these key concepts again. So a demand-side platform, one of the biggest benefits of a demand-side platform is audience targeting. It allows an advertiser to reach their high-intent, high-value audiences in real time at scale across the web to drive conversions or a performance goal. So some examples of this are retargeting. These are users that have been to the advertiser's website. They've shown high intent by entering a shopping cart or visiting a product page, for example. An advertiser can then bid on these audiences through a demand-side platform. They can also buy other types of audiences like prospecting, like they can target audiences based on category or third-party data or lookalike models. The demand-side platform, as we mentioned, is that layer technology that an advertiser needs to buy on ad exchanges. It has the real-time bidding capabilities and has global controls like frequency capping and budget pacing across all the inventory within the ad exchanges, and typically has some kind of the platform has some kind of optimization to best meet the advertiser's performance goals. The demand-side platform then enables an advertiser to buy from the top ad exchanges like the Facebook exchange or the Google DoubleClick exchange. So here's a quick overview of some of these key terms. Real-time bidding allows an advertiser to buy display inventory at the individual impression level. So it's sold in an auction environment. They can build at they can bid on at the impression level through an ad exchange. The bidding happens in milliseconds before the ad and web page is viewed by the user. An ad exchange is the marketplace where ad inventory is bought and sold in an auction environment. A publisher auctions off their inventory, and advertisers through real-time bidding can bid on that inventory. This allows a publisher to maximize the price for their inventory and an advertiser to purchase inventory at the individual impression level at a fair value, since they can bid on each individual impression. A demand-side platform enables an advertiser to access ad exchanges and to bid on it. It has the real-time bidding capabilities and other global controls like frequency capping across all the inventory within the ad exchanges. And the demand-side platform evaluates and bids on each individual impression through real-time bidding based on what is known about that user. So once that bid request comes from an ad exchange, the demand-side platform evaluates all the data that's known about that user and then determines the right price to bid for that individual user impression. Here's some more features of a demand-side platform. So again, it has a real-time bidding capabilities for audience buying, it has centralized campaign management across all the ad inventory within the ad exchanges that it's integrated with. It has global controls like frequency capping, creative management, budget pacing. It has a unified campaign tracking and reporting across all the real-time bidded ad inventory, and typically has optimizations to meet the advertiser's objectives. Here's how the real-time bidding, a little bit more detail on how the real-time bidding process works. So a publisher makes their ad inventory available in the ad exchange. The ad exchange holds an auction for each impression. a bid request is sent to each DSP by the ad exchange, who will then place a bid on behalf of the advertiser. The DSP evaluates each impression and determines the right bid amount based on its value to the advertiser. The ad exchange determines the winning bid, and the ad is shown on the publisher site. So this all happens within milliseconds. So again, one of the key benefits of a demand-side platform is that it enables an advertiser to reach their high-value and high-intent audiences across all the ad inventory within the ad exchange. And they can reach them with using real-time bidding in the auction environment. These are a couple of the common types of audiences an advertiser will purchase. So if you look at the lower funnel, retargeting, this is typically used for lower funnel objectives. It's typically the foundation of building out a display program with a DSP. These are users that have shown high intent by coming to the advertiser's website and have engaged the website by entering a shopping cart or going to a product page, for example. They typically convert at a higher rate than audiences, and they perform very well for advertisers. Prospecting may be used to acquire new customers or for brand awareness, and an advertiser can, for example, do category targeting through a DSP. They can target third-party audiences or do lookalike targeting. Here's a little bit more about retargeting. If you look at the top row, this shows how retargeting works. So a visitor comes to an advertiser's website. The demand-side platform has code on the site that puts a cookie on the computer of that visitor. The user travels around the advertiser's website. They may enter the shopping cart. They may do other interactions, click links, watch videos, look at product pages, whatever it might be. At a later point, that visitor may be surfing around the web. The demand-side platform recognizes that user based on their cookie ID, and then they're served a display ad based on that cookie. So it gives an advertiser a second chance at driving a conversion of this valuable audience that's already come to their website. So if you look at the very bottom row, these are some examples of the common retargeting verticals and segments. So it's very common in retail. Again, the abandoned shopping cart is very common. These are users that have gone to the retail website. They have found a product they're interested in. They go into the shopping cart, but then they don't complete the purchase. They abandon the shopping cart. These are very common to retarget with an ad later as these users surf around the web. Same with product page visitors. For autos, some common retargeting segments are the dealer locator, form, get a quote, build a car. It could be certain specific vehicle pages. For travel, abandoners, the booking process, maybe a user goes to a site and they search for a flight or a car rental or a vacation package. They put it into they enter the booking process, but they abandon that process before they complete the purchase. That user then can be served as an ad later as they surf the web. For financial services, some common retargeting segments are application abandoners, things like mortgage calculators. For technology, it could be information requests or white paper or demo downloads or product page visits. So these are examples of common retargeting segments by vertical. These audiences then are very commonly purchased through a DSP who can reach those audiences across ad exchanges. A data management platform compiles audience data from various sources and makes it actionable for cross-channel marketing. It can ingest disparate data sources, including first, second, and third-party data, and it is where the data is normalized and standardized, and an advertiser can create audience segments. Once those audience segments are created, they can be syndicated across external ad targeting and content delivery platforms. So the advertisers then can reach those audiences with an ad through a DSP with a display ad and target that audience. They can reach those audience in a site optimization solution. They can reach them on ad network, whatever it might be. The challenge that a DMP helps an advertiser with is that they often have data in silos across the business that makes it very difficult to act upon. So they have site visitor data, They may have an analytics solution on their analytics solution on their website, where they're capturing online site visitor behavior. Many businesses that have offline databases like a CRM database, call center data. They may have different product groups that have customer data. They have different marketing teams by product that have marketing data. They may be purchasing third-party audience data for targeting. They may have partner data from maybe a co-branded partnership type agreement. All this data is spread out across their business. They don't always have a holistic view of that data. The data management platform can adjust all this data, normalize and standardize it so that the advertiser has one view of their audiences. So here's a little bit more on that. A data management platform can ingest first, second, and third-party data. So this could be online and offline first-party data like site visitors, web analytics data, CRM data. It can ingest second-party data and third-party data. Again, some common third-party vendors are Xlate for consumer data, Bizzo compiles business data, but there are a bunch of third-party vendors out there that compile audience data. The data management platform can help an advertiser identify and then segment high-value audiences, and those audiences then are syndicated out to external ad targeting platforms. Data management platform can have other capabilities like lookalike modeling. Once those audiences are syndicated to external targeting platforms, they can be used for cross-channel marketing. So an example would be that data management platform is integrated with a demand-side platform, so an advertiser now can reach their high-value audiences and the audiences they've created with a display ad through DSP, for example, or through a site optimization solution. They can reach those audiences on their website with content that's personalized to those audiences. So there are a number of ad servers on the market. Some of the well-known, probably some of the most well-known ones are DoubleClick, who has the biggest market share today. It's owned by Google, and Atlas, who was recently purchased by Facebook. There are other ad servers out there that specialize on specific types of creative formats, like rich media or dynamic creative. Example, those are Point Roll and Seismic. There are a couple of different types of ad servers. There's an agency or advertiser ad server and a publisher ad server. We'll just talk about the advertiser ad server today. So we talked about earlier of the different ways a display is bought and sold. Here are the three different ways that we talked about earlier today. An ad server is a centralized location to help an advertiser manage their campaigns across all these different ways they're buying display. So instead of having to submit the same creative to multiple different vendors, they can have the same creative served one time from their ad server across all the different ways they're buying display. An ad server allows an advertiser to do cross-publisher creative ad serving, has creative management capabilities. It has centralized reporting across all the display campaigns, and so they can track things like conversions across all their campaigns. So going back to the three ways we talked about, the display is bought and sold. They can all be managed through their ad server. So here's an example: an advertiser may want to do a direct buy. Maybe this is a premium placement on Yahoo Finance, MSN, and AOL. They can have the creative served from their ad server and reporting of these campaigns within their ad server. They can do the same with their ad networks. They may be buying inventory from advertising.com or the Yahoo network. They may also be buying from demand-side platforms like Adobe Media Optimizer, Turn, or MediaMath. The advertiser with an ad server can now have one central location where the creative is served, and they can manage that creative across all these buys, all the different ways they're buying display, and they also have centralized reporting for all these campaigns in one place. That's it for display advertising basics. Thank you very much. Appreciate the time. Bye.